Hello everybody, this is Magnetar Prime with the Transformers Collectors Club 2014 Subscription Service 2.0 figure number 1, Barricade with Frenzy. And I just want to show you the packaging real quick. And this is the way they package this time. They actually improve the packaging of these exclusive figures. Before, they didn't have this foam covering the figure, and sometimes it will get scratched. So now this is how this exclusive figure comes in the foam right here, and we have its weapons, the figure itself, and Frenzy. I'm gonna set this aside here real quick. And this figure also comes with this BIOS card. Now I'm gonna get this box out of the way. And the BIOS card is very nice. We have a very nice art graphic design of Barricade. It also says Decepticon Enforcer. We have the technical data for this figure, and it says Strength 8, Intelligence 5, Speed 8, Endurance 6, Rank 5, Courage 5, Fire Blast 5, and Skill 6. Now if you want to read this, you can probably pause this right now so you can take a look at the BIOS. You can just read it. Now I'm going to set this aside here real quick, and we're going to get this figure out of the foam. And we got Frenzy, and we got the weapon that comes with Barricade. Now I'm going to move this out of the way, and here we have Barricade out of the box. We also have Frenzy transforming to his weapon mode, which I'm going to show you real quick. As you can see, Frenzy has been painted in one single color. There is no other paint job applied or anything like that. Or that the nice Decepticon insignia, which has been painted silver, as you can see right here. Now this is like a saw, and it doesn't have any issues rotating or anything like that. Now as you can see, it does have a peg right in here, so he can Barricade can hold this weapon this way, but it also comes with a peg right here on the side, so he can also grab it the other way. Now the transformation for this figure is really simple. You're just gonna fold this down, and this, I'm gonna move it up, and this is pretty much Frenzy. And you probably already know this is not the Frenzy that we all know from Generation 1 that transformed into a cassette. Now this is a different Frenzy, is the one from the movies, and it is a very nice little figure. You know, it's like a little mini-con partner for Barricade. Now you can see some of the details already sculpted, and I really wish that they had applied some paint job into this figure, but it is just fine, I guess. Now let's get Frenzy, and I'm gonna set it aside real quick. I'm gonna put him right here. And now the weapon that comes with this figure, it is very nice. I'm gonna show you the missile launcher. It's very long, so it is a very nice, well-designed weapon. Now I'm gonna set this aside, and let's go with the main course, which is of course Barricade. Now this is a very nice vehicle mode. I really like it. The paint job applied, the black and white, and the police paint job application right here is just awesome. You know, you can even see the little police symbol right here with the Decepticon logo inside of it, and it also says 643, making reference to the movie. We can also see the detail right here, the slogan that says "To punish and slave," which also makes a reference to the slogan that was shown in the movie. Now it says police right here. There's more paint job applied right here, which is silver. We have the number 643 right on the roof of the car. Now we have here the lights, of course, red and blue for the police. Now the front side, this car is just very sporty, as you can see. Now all of this plastic right here is translucent. You can see through it, and you can see some of the parts of Frenzy, the robot mode. Now this section right here is also a clear plastic, which is the headlights of this car. And now you can see more details applied right here. The fog lights are painted red. There's no license plate or anything like that, but this car is just awesome. I really like it a lot. Now you can see more of the details right here on the wheels. Like you can see the rims, and the sculpt is just really cool. They're also painted silver, and you can even see the brake right inside or right underneath the rims, which is a very nice feature. You can also see the brake right here, the brake disc. I don't know if you, the camera can catch that little detail, but it is more obvious on the front wheels because it is painted purple. Now this figure is just awesome. Now another thing about this figure is that the weapon can be also tapped right here on top if you want, as you can see. Or it gives you the option to tap it on either side of the spoiler right on the back. Now we're gonna put it on this side right here, and we're gonna set this aside real quick. Now I'm gonna transform Frenzy back into the weapon mode, which is a very easy, simple transformation. Now I'm gonna get this here real quick. Now you can peg Frenzy right on top of this vehicle, but it doesn't really look that bad. You know, this is just an option, I guess, you can do. Now the other option you have is you can actually peg these right onto the side of the spoiler, same as with the weapon right here. Now this looks just awesome, you know. I gotta tell you that I'm very impressed with this figure. I know it is a repaint of Transformers Prime Prowl, and I do not own that mold, but this mold right here just it's just cool. I really like it. The sports car or the police car looks just very sporty, and all the paint job application is really cool. The same with all of the details. Now I'm gonna set these weapons aside because I want to bring some more Transformers figures for a size comparison. And here for our first size comparison, we have Run Amok from the Transformers Collectors Club. Now the size of these two figures, once they transform into their vehicle mode, is pretty similar. Now we're going to rotate this around real quick. This is the backside view. And note that this one here has the tail lights has been painted red, and there's no details on the back section of this car, of this vehicle, which is Rampage. Now let's get Run Amok out of the way. And now let's compare Barricade next to Shattered Glass Drift. Now the size difference between these two vehicles, it is kind of obvious. Now you can definitely tell that Shattered Glass Drift vehicle mode is definitely larger than this one right here, Barricade. Now let's get Shattered Glass Drift out of the way. Now I want to compare Barricade next to a 2013 Podcom exclusive, and this is one of the Rainmakers. Now this is what they both look like front to front, and this is the backside view. Now the size difference between these two figures, once they transform into their vehicle mode, is very obvious. Now let's get this Rainmaker out of the way. And I'm gonna compare Barricade next to the Revenge of the Fallen figure, Deep Desert Brawl, which is also a deluxe class figure from the movies. Now this is what they both look like front to front, and this is the backside view of these two figures. Now I'm gonna get Deep Desert Brawl out of the way. And here we have Barricade next to the Transformers Universe figure, Nemesis Prime, with the BTS add-on kit. Now these two figures look in scale once they're next to each other. Now I'm gonna set this trailer aside real quick, and I'm gonna show you these two figures side to side. Now this is what they both look like side to side. And Nemesis Prime is a really cool figure. Now this figure right here, Barricade, looks just awesome in his vehicle mode. I'm gonna transform Barricade into his robot mode. Transformation process is a little bit complicated. The first thing, I'm gonna fold this down, and I'm gonna untap this section right here, which is the front section of the vehicle mode, and we're gonna fold this down, and we're gonna split this section open just like so. And I'm gonna move this towards the side. Now I'm gonna leave this section up for now. I'm gonna leave it just like so, but I'm gonna fold this section down. I'm gonna rotate this around, and I'm gonna fold this all the way, and this is the head of the figure, just like here. Now I'm gonna lock this section right here right into the chest compartment of this figure, just like so. And I'm gonna fold this down, this panel, and I'm gonna move this up. And here we have one of the arms of this figure. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the other side. I'm gonna lock one of the wheels inside. I'm gonna fold this down, and I'm gonna fix the arm all the way up. And like I said, the transformation for this figure is a little bit complicated. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this panel up, and I'm gonna secure this section right here, just like so. I'm gonna fold this section right there. Now what I'm gonna do is this back section right here, you have to attach it right here, and so it stays right there. Now the legs, I'm gonna rotate this around, and the legs of this figure is the easiest part of the transformation. I'm just gonna fold this down and rotate this panel towards the inside of the leg, just like so. Now do the same thing right over here. I'm gonna fold this down, and I'm gonna fold this panel this way, and that is pretty much the entire transformation for this figure. And here we have Barricade transforming to his robot mode. I didn't mention that this section right here, this panel, has to be actually folded right under the forearms, and I didn't mention that in the transformation process. Now as you can see, this is a very nice figure. I definitely like the new paint job applied. I like the purple, black and silver colors. Now this figure looks just awesome. I think that the Transformers Collectors Club is definitely doing a great job with their Transformers exclusive figures. Now as you can see, the details of these figures are really cool. The head sculpt features a nice red visor. Also the face has been painted silver, And the pectoral section right here, or the chest section of this figure, features a nice Decepticon insignia which has been painted silver. Now you're gonna have to be very careful with this paint job application right here, especially on the chest section once he's transformed into robot mode, because this paint right here seems like the kind of paint that it might chip away. As a matter of fact, as you can see, there's a little chip right here, and I just transformed this guy about 2 times. Now there's more details right here in the middle section of this figure, such as the red and blue lights to make a reference to his police car vehicle mode. Now the legs of this figure, as you saw in the transformation process, were the easiest part to transform. Now they do have a very nice detail and design. Now this is what this figure looks like from the backside view, and I'm going to rotate this figure around real quick. Now the articulation for this figure is good. As you can see, the head is on a ball joint. It can be rotated around 360 degrees without any issues. Now the arms are on a ball joint and they can be rotated 360 degrees. And they also have a swivel right here which allows you to rotate these 360 degrees as well. Now this section right here, the shoulder pads, are actually articulated, so it is easier for you to pose this figure in so many different ways. The elbow articulation on this figure seems to be on a ratchet and it feels tight. Now this figure does have waist articulation, as you can see, and this is for transformation purposes. Now the legs are on a ball joint and they can be moved up and down to the sides and without any issues. There's also a swivel right here, and the articulation on the knee is just about 90 degrees. So this is a very articulated figure. Now you can see on the feet section, they can be actually moved up and down. So it is a nice feature. So as you can see, this is a very articulated figure and you can pose it in so many different ways. Now before I bring some other Transformers figures for a size comparison, I want to show you what this figure looks like when he's holding his weapon. And this one right here is one of the weapons that come with this figure, which is a very nice missile launcher, as you can see. Now the other weapon, and my favorite, is actually Frenzy, and I have already shown you what this looks like when he's transforming to his robot mode, so I'm not gonna do that again. Now as you see, there's a peg right here, so you can actually have Barricade holding this weapon just like this, and it is a very nice weapon. As you can see, I'm gonna rotate this around. So this figure has 2 weapons and they're both really cool. Now the other option for Frenzy is that you can actually use the other peg, which is this one right here. So if you don't want to put this figure or this weapon this way, you can put it on the other way, like sideways. And I'm going to show you that real quick. And this is what it looks like. Now this is a very nice weapon. I just wish that they would add like maybe a better paint job. Now this is the backside view again. And now that we have seen the weapons of this figure, I'm going to bring some more Transformers figures for a quick size comparison. And here for our first size comparison, I have the 2014 Transformers Collectors Club exclusive figure, Transmutate, which I got in the mail yesterday. Now this is what these 2 figures looks like front to front. And as you can see, Transmutate robot mode is just slightly bigger than Barricade's robot mode. Now let's get Transmutate out of the way. And for this size comparison, I have Barricade next to the Transformers Collectors Club incentive figure for the year 2014, and this one is Protoform X, also known as Rampage. As you can see, Rampage is slightly bigger than Barricade. Now this is what they both look like from the backside view. And these 2 figures are exclusive figures in the Transformers Collectors Club. Now let's get Rampage out of the way, because I'm gonna show you Barricade next to the 2013 Transformers Collectors Club subscription service figure, Ultra Mammoth, which is a Voyager class figure. Now this is what they both look like front to front. As you can see, the size difference is pretty obvious. Now let's get Ultra Mammoth out of the way. Now I'm gonna compare Barricade next to another subscription service figure from the Transformers Collectors Club, and this one is Circuit, that was released last year, 2013. As you can see, the size difference in these 2 figures is really big, but Circuit is actually a deluxe class figure. Now let's get Circuit out of the way. And let's compare Sharticon Megatron next to Barricade. As you can see, Sharticon Megatron is a Voyager class figure and the size difference is very obvious. Now let's rotate these figures around real quick. And now let's get Sharticon Megatron out of the way. And for our final size comparison, we have the 2013 Botcom exclusive figure Blast Charge Strikadron, which is also a deluxe class figure. Now as you can see, the size of these 2 figures is pretty similar. Now this is what they both look like from the backside view. And in my opinion, the exclusive figures from the Botcom or from the Transformers Collectors Club are very nice. And now that we have seen Barricade transform into his robot mode and vehicle mode, I have to tell you that this is a really nice figure, the vehicle mode looks just fantastic, and the new paint job application looks just great. Also, Frenzy becomes a really nice weapon, as you can see, so this is a really cool figure. Now, my only concern is that some of the joints seem that they can get loose over time, and some of the silver paint that has been applied on the chest section of this figure seems like it might chip away really easily, so you're gonna have to be careful with that. But other than that, this figure is great, and if you can get it to your collection, it will be a really nice addition. And with this, I conclude this Transformers video review of the 2014 Transformers Collectors Club subscription service figure, Barricade and Frenzy. This is Magnetar Prime, until next time! If you like this Transformers video review, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Magnetar Prime, or stop by my Facebook page, Magnetar Prime Reviews. This is Magnetar Prime, until next time.